Well, after a long pause, welcome back. It has been a while. The videos have slowed down on this channel. I've just got other things going on in life. But we got a fun one, a little project. Behind me is a new car for my daughter. My daughter Caitlin, she's 20, has worked the last year at practically a full-time job and saved her money, not spent it, and went and paid cash for this 2017 Focus ST. It's got about 100,000 miles on it. I am super proud of her for working hard and not being frivolous with her money. It has a couple of issues that we've got to get to. It is roadworthy, but just a couple of things to take care of that need to be addressed. So we're going to address some of those in this video. Let me show you what we're looking at. It's been snowing a bit here, so the car is pretty dirty right now. One of the first things we need to address is these wheels. So prior owner put kind of a stretched look on it. Those tires are definitely stretched and it's kind of got a stance look. Although the suspension itself really hasn't been messed with. But these fenders were rolled and paint's starting to chip a little bit, so we need to address that. Just put some paint on there to make sure we don't get some rust. And because of the way these poke out so far, when you hit a pretty hard bump, the tires actually rub. So we're going to pick up a set of just OEM wheels and put them on here. The car was also straight piped and it's got a pretty decent drone when you're driving around just cruising. So we're going to throw a muffler back on this, not the OEM muffler. We've got a Magnaflow muffler in mind. So we're going to throw a muffler on that. And there's a couple other small issues to take care of, but that'll be the meat of the video. It's a pretty clean car though otherwise. Obviously the rolling fenders is an issue, but it's a good looking car. First thing we're going to tackle is some spark plugs. I got my daughter actually learning how to change spark plugs right now, so we've already got it underway, and it's actually super simple on this engine. They're right up top, easy to access, so that's nice. The car at full boost is misfiring a little bit, and the internet say that that's a pretty common problem with worn out spark plugs with the gap growing. So we picked up a set of 4 new plugs. No idea how long the plugs that are on it have been there, but they're definitely a little old. So picked up some new plugs, and they're gapped to about 030, maybe a little tighter than that. That's actually how they came in the box. The ones that were in there are gapped at more like 04, maybe 045. I didn't measure it completely, but it's definitely a much larger gap. So this should fix the problem. So we're gonna get these slapped in real quick and then move on to the next thing. So my daughter found these set of wheels off of Facebook Marketplace, and super good deal. She went over and picked them up. The tires are almost brand new. They're Nitto 555 G2s, and still ton of life left on them. They're practically brand new. Wheels had been previously painted. I don't think Ford ever came in this color, but these are the stock Focus ST wheels. So we're taking some scuffing pads and to the wheels, scuffing them up, and then gonna primer them and paint them. She wants to go white with the wheels. Should go really well with the yellow car. So we are working on getting these painted into a white. Got our first layer of primer on the wheels, got them scuffed up obviously. Put some rubbing alcohol, or not rubbing alcohol, but denatured alcohol on here to clean them off real good, and laying some self-etching primer down on them, and then we'll get painting them white. So first step is self-etching primer, and then we can start painting them white. Before we throw the new tires on, Caitlin's never done a burnout before, so she wanted to come try it out and burn some rubber off these tires these wheels before we pull them off.
Ready?
Go ahead. Nope. More revs and get those tires spinning. There you go.
A lot of smoke. Again.
All right, we got the car pulled back in here after some fun with a burnout before we slap these new wheels on. Just getting a little bit of paint cleaned off the rubber. The wheels turned out really well, but there's a little bit of paint that seeped through the tape job, so we're just kind of cleaning some of that off, and then we will put these on the car. I've got it up on 4 jack stands and really high because after we get these wheels on, we're going to start it on the exhaust. So I just put it up as high as I could get it on some jack stands so there's room to work underneath since I do not have a lift. Yeah, it might be easier to, lift it up. There you go. So you can kind of see the studs. Okay, here's what we're working with on the exhaust underneath the car. The previous owner took out this mid muffler and threw in a straight pipe. It does still have the cat up there, and then might be hard to see, but in the back they took out the muffler in the back too. So it's basically straight piped except for the cat. And just doing a little reading online, there's a lot of people who delete that back muffler and then replace this one with a Magnaflow. So that's what I ordered up, just a Magnaflow that should quieten it down a little bit, get rid of the drone, but still leave it a little loud. It is, let me see if I can, it's pretty much straight through. There you go, you can kind of see that. Straight through, but plenty of volume around the pipe to soak up some noise, so we need to cut this straight pipe out at the right length and tack this in and then weld it in. Okay, before we swap out this exhaust, just for comparison on anyone that might be interested, I wanted to record what it sounds like straight piped with the cat, and then after with the cat and mid muffler. So you can go ahead and start it. Rev it a couple times. All right. Okay. Got that all welded up there and in place. It's underneath. We're going to coat it with some paint to protect from any further rust, but it's up there. And let me show you the back. And in the back, threw up this hanger. The welds are nasty, ugly, but got a hanger on this side where there wasn't one. So it's centered and should hold a position much better than it did with only one hanger before. All right, here's what it sounds like with the exhaust in. Rev it a couple times. A lot quieter. Well, it's getting kind of dark out here. This video is going to be a little bit grainy, but still need to film an outro. This was a fun little project with my daughter. Good to get back out in the garage. I haven't spent much time in the garage lately. Just been too busy with life, and the video uploads to this channel kind of show that. But good to get out there. Good to teach the daughter a little bit about working on her own car. She's super happy to work on it. You know, she worked hard for this car to pay for it, and she's enjoying working on it too. So it sounds way better. It doesn't wake up the neighborhood when you wake up when you start it in the morning. So that's great. The white wheels, I think, look great, and she will hopefully enjoy this car for years to come. So that's going to do it for this one. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.